we're moving on to the next character from the House of Hades. Today we're talking about Jason. So that means we're going to talk about a lot of characters, because really, Jason gave us insight to a lot of characters. A good, about 5, I think. About 5. And then he also had his awesome moments and his good brain thinking too. So let's start. Let's start with his awesome moment. Come on, that moment where he's like controlling the winds to fly. That was so cool. Okay? I know he controlled the winds and stuff, but that was awesome. And the way that he was kind of, I'm more Greek than I am Roman. I like that. I do. Really. Yeah. Ugh. I like that. And I do like that, especially because now I'm thinking that maybe that line where the storm or fire line, I'm like, maybe it's him. Maybe, but it kind of broadened the topic, but I'll talk about that when I make a predictions video, because I'm going to. And I love that part. I love how he was like, the wind god was like, dude, you can leave any time. You're still waiting. Come on. Figure it out. You can just leave. Go. Like that. That was pretty awesome. And then the ending scene where he was fighting and he was smart. Like, he was pretty smart. Like, he's going like, because I'm not Roman, like, he doesn't consider himself Roman anymore. He can't control the undead legion, so he gives it over to Frank, and I will talk about how awesome that is in Frank's video, but I loved it, and I'm like, you, Jason, are awesome. And, other than that, we also got an insight. We like went back to Rachel, Grover, Octavian, and Rena, and I love that. I really did. I love that whole scene, because I was trying to figure out like how Octavian and Rachel were going to like react to each other, and I liked it. I got pretty creative with that when predicting it, but this one makes a lot of sense, and I liked it. And I did like that it was kind of Jason seeing all of this. I did like that Jason was kind of this. Jason was like us. We were seeing it all happening. Especially when it comes to my next point, and that is Nico. Can I just say how much I like that Jason was the one to find out Nico's secret? You might be wondering, well, why? Because I feel like Jason had the most, like, distrust towards Jason, and Mark of Athena, he was agreeing with Leo, like, yeah, why should we trust this guy? And I know Leo brought up that point, but hey, Jason was agreeing with it, and I like that he was the one to find out, like, oh, that's why it all is like this, and I like that. I like how he was, like, defending Nico, too, when Leo was making fun of him, just a little bit. It's pretty funny, but I like how he was defending him. And I like how it was kind of like I mentioned before, Jason was kind of like the audience, because we're reading through this, and honestly, I did go back, like, wait, does he actually like Annabeth? Because originally, that whole thing that ship sailed and sank. It was the Titanic. It sunk so fast. And I was kind of going back to it, like, well, does Nico like her? I was second guessing it, and then when we found out, I was like, oh, whoa. And I was agreeing with him when he was going like, we'll defend you, dude. We will, like, unleash, like, all the fury of both Greek and Roman gods on anyone who gives him trouble. Like, yeah, the fandom will too. I know I will. I, like, immediately hate the person who tries to give Nico any trouble about any of this. And I did like that. I like how he was saying he was trying to, like, make friends with it. And okay, I like how he immediately did the poison thing. The poison part where Nico's like, how much do you actually trust? Why don't you trust me? You say, I should trust you? Let's see, do you trust me? Like that. She's like, I trust you. Give me. Like that. So, I like that. I like that we gotta look at everything. I love the wind part. I like that he is going like, I'm actually more Greek than I am Roman. I I really do like that. I like that little twist in there. It makes me think like what the future holds. If Jason did that, or some Greeks could be like, I'm a little more Roman, I'm gonna go to Camp Jupiter. Or some Romans could be like, I'm more Greek, I'm gonna go to Camp Half-Blood. That, but you know, first we gotta get through the fight. As for any future with Jason, I can't see him dying. I really can't. The only way I could think of that he would die is if he says anything about Nico without Nico knowing, or before Nico. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Nico would just go after him. But yeah, like I mentioned before, he could still be, he's still up for the Storm or Fire thing. I find that very interesting that he was told the, like, Storm or Fire. Greek, Roman. Interesting, isn't it? But I do like Jason. He did awesome at fighting. He really stepped it up as a leader too, I think, in this one. Because Leah left, and he was still going, we gotta do this, and this, and this. And even when without Percy and Annabeth, who were, like, saying were the glue of it all, then he was still like, okay, I gotta step up and take control. We know what we're doing. Here we go. Let's go. Like that. And like obviously he had his like small like, really Jason, really you missed that, or he obviously been knocking out, like he fell asleep on the job, really, or when Piper was yelling at him like she's coming, he's like, who? That was a little much, but like we all notice, Jason's like a Roman blonde version of Percy, except he has like, I guess, more, I don't know, they're like different but the same at the same time. So I'm not too sure where I'm going with that point. But that's my little review on Jason. Like I said, nothing much to say. Like, we got a little look at everything, which was really awesome. I was looking forward to seeing him by himself with Nico, just because I was wondering, like, wait, if he knew about Nico he knew Nico this whole time. And I'm like, how would he react? Is he not going to trust him? Is he going to treat him differently? I didn't know, because it's like, you just found out this guy was Greek, and he was lying to you for a year or something like that about. So, hey, I don't know. Don't know that much. So, that's Jason for ya. And by the way, if I'm missing any points for any characters that you're like, why didn't you talk about this part? Tell me, and like I did with Percy's video where I missed something about Nico, I'll put it in at the end. So do tell me that. And now for the Rick Riordan tweet of the day. So the Rick Riordan tweet of the day is about Nico, and it says, "Is Nico short for something?" He responded, "No, he's average height." Yeah, I love Rick Riordan. Also, I have news for everyone. I do believe that the short story that's coming out in the paperback version of Mark of Athena on April 8th, actually has a sneak peek to Blood of Olympus. So you better go check that out if you were thinking like, no, I'm not really gonna go look at it or anything, I'm not into the Egyptian stuff. Go check it out because it has a sneak peek in it. So thanks for watching. Read this book. Start with The Lost Hero if you haven't already begun, because you're doing the I want to wait thing. There are so many months left, but still, you should get on this and join everyone who is trying to figure out what will happen in the Blood of Olympus. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.